Fellow Kenyans, this is my press statement. My name is Evangelist Frederick Muguna Stephen, a Kenya registered perioperative nurse, a midwife, and a community health nurse. Press statement on 25th August 2025. Assault, entitled Assault and Wrongful Sedation, Marital Interference, and Human Rights Violation at the Nairobi Hospital, Aringa. I, Frederick Muguna Stephen, a registered nurse, wish to place before the Kenyan public and the media at large a truthful account of my ordeal at the Nairobi Hospital, a journey of pain, betrayal, and courage. The beginning of the ordeal, 4th April 2024, which I call Ine. On this morning, I was accused by the then Director of Nursing Services, Mary Kamau, of leaking a theater audit that exposed stock theft and irregularities. Instead of dialogue, she lured me into her office, hours of insults followed, then a call to hospital security led by Mr. Mushiri, who assaulted me through ones and deans with threats of "we will deal with you." As if that was not enough, doctors, Dr. Rami and Dr. Tatiana, both from the staff clinic, pretending to be psychiatrists, ordered sedation, and since the staff did not want to participate in this Sunday ordeal, a random student was used to sedate me and inject me with sedatives and antipsychotic drugs. I was knocked off, silenced, stripped of dignity, and for 72 long hours, I lay sedated in MCF ward, which is the mental care facility for the Nairobi Hospital. When I woke up 72 hours later, my body ached, my mind was shaken, and the health was broken. High doses of haloperidol meant for severely and full-blown psychotic patients were pumped into my body on daily basis. The aftermath was cruel: bruises, trauma, impotence, and now infertility. My rights to dignity, health, and freedom from torture were shattered. The shadows that followed April that season, from April to June 2024, were recovery was very slow, but stigma was very swift. I was branded a madman by colleagues, yes, sometimes very senior colleagues, mocked in whispers as I went to take care of my patients in the wards, demoted from my rightful station as a Kenya registered perioperative nurse, and cast into unfamiliar duties of dressing wounds in an area that I was not specialized in before. My wife too was not spared. She was ridiculed, manipulated by the Director Nursing Services into believing I was beyond repair, and pushed towards abandoning me and abandoning our union. Through this gaslighting, my wife ended up believing that I was getting into some state of emergency, which was not an issue, which was not the issue. The reasons for my sedation were purely political and personal, and it was all meant to silence me. My right to family, to work, and respect was violated. Now, on 16th June 2025, a second trap was set. As wounds still healed and dark approach brew, my manager that time at Anderson Clinics and another doctor that I will name in court schemed another sedation to be staged again in the same director nursing office, in the same director nursing services office. But I refused their call. When the director nursing services called me, I opted to go with my lawyer. With courage, I rang the board chairman, Dr. Bakre Onyambo. A swift intervention stopped the scheme, though the threats never ceased, including threatening to cancel my license through the one who was the director for Nursing Council that time. Once again, my right to safety and liberty were under siege. And breach to trust on 30th June 2025. A year later, new wounds were opened. My confidential medical records were sent on WhatsApp to my wife by the same current director nursing services, an insecure and unlawful act of sending medical information. Reports were falsified, diagnosis twisted by a doctor who never tested my blood or my urine for anything, substance abuse. Ended up not doing any charts for mood testing, but just writing a diagnosis to please the hospital. And my real condition was concealed. In the name of care, I was taken through torture. My truth was suppressed. My right to privacy and medical confidentiality was trampled. A step to freedom. On Sabasaba Day, 7th July 2025, I couldn't bear anymore. So, with a pen in hand and hope at heart, I resigned. My letter was stamped and received by the Directorate of Human Resources. Yet the hospital turned vindictive through the hospital lawyer some days later, refusing to clear me, withholding my 2.4 million savings in N-Wealth Pension Fund. Money I had earned through sweat and blood. Money confirmed but frozen. Money that now blocks my ability to pursue justice and pay my lawyers. My right to property and fair labor practices was also denied. A shocking twist this weekend, 23rd July 2025. Though I had resigned a month earlier, my salary was still processed. My payroll officer, the hospital payroll officer, not my payroll officer, I'm an ex-worker of the Nairobi hospital. So though I had resigned, my salary was processed. The payroll officer pushed money into my account. A case that the OCS at Central Police Station termed as a payroll fraud. I quickly reported this under OMB 7823 08 2025 at Central Police Station. In their eyes, my exit was not enough. In my fight for truth, they are now seeking to bind me with fabricated thoughts of sending money to my account without my consent. I have authorized the NCBA Nairobi branch to reverse that transaction. My right to integrity and fair governance was also mocked. Harassment without an end for 1 year, 2024 to 2025. Internal conflict-solving mechanisms were ignored. Human resource managers kept pushing me. My line managers kept ignoring me. The harassment spread like wildfire. My wife was used as a proxy. My father was manipulated. My family broken. I was threatened, cornered, and sometimes verbally warned, even through phone calls that I've already recorded. My life was placed in peril, not for wrongdoing, but for daring to expose corruption that was draining and is still draining hospital coffers through theater procurements and other ventures. My right to family life and due process and to protection was ignored. My demands for justice have been ignored. I now demand the following. Openly and firmly, I demand the Nairobi Hospital Administration to issue a public apology to me and my wife. Number 2, to cease dragging my wife and my family into medical and legal matters without my consent. Number 3, disclose every record of all drugs and substances that were injected on me during that illegal sedation, together with the dosages and communications that were made, whether to people I authorized and those that I didn't authorize. Number 4, I instruct the Nairobi Hospital and plead that they retract all defamatory psychiatric claims, both those that they have forwarded through affidavits and those that they have forwarded through social media, and to provide Number 5, to provide fair compensation for the abuse, for the marital interference, and for the psychological harm and the benefits withheld. My warning of action. If these demands are not met within 14 days, I shall file a constitution petition and Article number 22 and 23, launch complaint with KMPDC, LSK, and Kenya Human Rights Commission and the Ombudsman. I also promise that if these demands are not met, to pursue civil damages for medical negligence, breach of confidentiality, defamation and character assassination, and violation of my constitutional rights. I call the institution to come to order. Fellow Kenyans, this call is beyond myself. This is a story that is not mine alone. People like Kamengere have died in other hospitals. It echoes the cries of many Kenyans silenced by power, broken by malpractice, and bruised by corruption. I stand as a voice to say, like Uhuru Kenyatta, enough is enough. I call upon the media, civil society, and human rights defenders to join in this pursuit of justice, accountability, and truth. This press statement is under the seal of Evangelist Frederick Muguna Stephen, registered community health nurse, Kenya registered perioperative nurse, and a midwife. It is also witnessed by my legal counsel. Thank you very much. God bless Kenya.